giving, Aries. Very giving.
Very good. Very good.
In a very aggressive way. Like, take these gifts.
That's right.
You gotta be careful though. People will take advantage of it. So, what color? Red. Must be single. Single?
I've been single for a year now. I got out of a domestic relationship.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I know a woman of the same birthday. She fought with the same type of challenge. One, because you're such a giving person, so you kind of give a lot of leeway, but then two, at the same time, you're very aggressive, so it's almost like intimidating, but then like soft at the same time. So, do you have any questions? Oh, it's a love stone.
Yeah, it's rose quartz, right? How much?
10.
What about the amethyst?
Yep, amethyst. That's 8. Yeah.
What's this one?
That's carnelian. That's 5.
Is this Larimar?
Amazonite.
10?
That's 5. 5.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are they arguing?
I don't care about that. Do I care about that? No, I don't. Y'all see that shit? I don't care about that shit. Okay, they're trying to tell this nigga to leave. Bro, you chilling, bro. You chilling. Hey, yo, you. Hey, bro. We chilling.
When you positive, you block out all negativity. Like, I don't even, stuff like that, I used to be amused by. Now I just be like, that's so...
Yeah, it should diffuse. Okay, so, was there any specific questions that you had?
I want to know about my love life
Oh, about the love life.
and my future.
Okay. First, I'm gonna see what's blocking you right now. So, the first thing I'm gonna look into.
Why you just put 3 in my favorite numbers?
All right. So your first 7 seemed to be okay. So I had to go into your 8th chakra. So I went and found that. So that one's blocked. Let me see why is that. That's blocked because so your see, I told you they would move.
You know it was gonna
It usually takes a couple minutes for the energy to get going. So, so your I call it your palm chakra. Your 8th chakra is blocked because you don't know how to use your spiritual powers, basically. Because I say you predict things, you see things, you see different spirits, you sense them, they touch you, they visit you, they give you messages. You can sometimes read people's thoughts. You feel people's emotions, all these type of things, right? You have a lot of spiritual power, but you just don't know how to use it. And it seems like whatever you think about happens.
earlier?
It seems like whatever you think about happens, positive and negative, right? So that's why your 8th energy is blocked, right? Which is like your most feminine energy, basically. That's like your.
What did I just say? That my ex told me I was too much of a nigga to be a woman. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I just said this. I just had this conversation. So how do I don't know how to work on that. Like, I want to be more feminine, but I think that's just me.
The reason why you're not as feminine as you want to be is because true feminine power is a lot stronger than masculine physical power. Right? You just don't know how to tap into so you keep tapping into your physical power instead of your spiritual power, which is your true power. So just like that, those guys right there, they're about to fight, whatever. So I tap into my feminine energy to remove them. That's what I do whenever that happens. Okay, so I'll pray to like feminine goddesses. That's what I do to remove them, and they were removed. Now, so you wouldn't necessarily have to do that because you're already a woman. But what you need to, like one thing you need to do is you need to write down the things that you want in your life, love, career, etc. You need to have like as detailed as possible. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4 pages long, and you need to fold that and put it under your pillowcase. You also need to have a vision board because you need to always have something molding your mind so that instead of whatever thoughts hopping into your head, it's what you've written down. That's what's going to be in your head all the time, right? So then you spend less time doing that. Second thing, when dealing with, especially with a boyfriend, you should be constantly working on his spirit and cleansing him all the time. That way, as well as cleansing yourself. That way, I don't clash so much. That way, because as a it gets real deep on the spiritual stuff. It's like certain, like you need to learn how to like do a spiritual contracts and things like that, because all the traumas that you've been through, especially in your last relationship, you're gonna pass that over to your next relationship if you don't heal from it. Meaning that you'll meet somebody and he might be a great guy, but you have this spiritual, I'll just say blockage on you, or it's like almost like a spiritual disease almost, and it hops on to your partner, and now they start reflecting. Either they'll start reflecting what you've already been through, or you'll start thinking that they reflect. They might be really a great guy, but you don't see that. You see something else because you still got that energy on you. Correct. And you have to learn how to actually break that contract, not just do the regular energy cleanse that kind of works, but not. You have to do that every day, right? So you have to like really get into your spiritual practice in order to really tap into your feminine energy.
And what would you say the best way is to do that?
To do that, it's kind of a process. The easiest way is
I meditate. I always I do aurora cleansing meditates, like to clear everything negative and positive energy. I do sage at least once or twice a week. My house, myself, my surroundings.
Do you pray?
I kind of, but not really. Like I don't believe in there's a Jesus, but I do feel like there's a higher power.
Right. Shouldn't matter what you believe in.
Because I read Malachi York books. I don't know if you know what that is.
I know Malachi York.
That's
Malachi York, I know. That's a decent person to read from. Which he wrote Bibles. He wrote very spiritual books. So therefore, prayer is a spell.
Correct.
And a spell is a prayer. So when I say pray, I'm really talking about doing a spell. But prayer is easier on the ears for most people. So you need to pray or do a spell every morning and every night. Your prayer should always be based on appreciation, and then the morning one should be appreciation and activation and protection of your body and spirit. Your nighttime one should be for appreciation and cleansing of your spirit and your body. That's how your prayer should go every single day. Right. That way you always have a certain level of protection throughout you all the time. Right. So you have one thing less you have to worry about. Okay. So that'd be a good place to start. Right there. You go follow me on Instagram and get more information from it, because there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I definitely want your information.
Yeah.
But you don't see anything negative coming my way, do you?
Okay, let's keep going. Right, we gotta look into
Because
it.
watch it be, I don't know.
So, I don't see anything any big negative things coming. I don't see any relationships coming either at the moment. That right now you're not ready for a relationship. That's what the energy is saying. Let me see
You read
why.
that right? I'm not ready for a relationship. If I sit around any other dude, I still bring my ex up. Like I'm like, bro, we used to do that. Oh yeah, my ex do that.
I'm like that too. That's how I know I'm not ready either.
Yeah, so you're not ready. The reason why I'm saying you're not ready is because you just don't know how to work your spiritual side yet. You don't know how to do that yet. So it wouldn't really be useful for you to get to a relationship if you don't know what you're doing spiritually.
Correct.
Yeah, so yeah, there's still a lot that you need to learn. Yeah, because like as far as like you actually need to write down the kind of guy that you need in your life. I was gonna say this as well. The kind of guy that you need, and I would have to look at your whole birth chart to get everything right. But just off of what I can see and feel, what you need is you do need a tough guy who's very like soft on the inside, basically. Who's very caring. Who's someone who's very like very like responsible, very orderly, because you can kind of be all over the place, you know, a lot of times. So you need someone to kind of help you get like some direction, some, you know, because you know how to give money. You can give money, you know, and you can attract all those type of things, but you just don't have focus. It's your heart.
See, the thing is, like my ex, we was the perfect couple. Like I mean, meant for each other as far as he was the person that taught me everything, guided me in the right directions. But we would see eye to eye too much that it would cause friction, and that's what would cause the fights. But other than that,
too much that you would
we see like I don't know how to explain it. Like we would argue over the pettiest things, but it was like when we were good, we fully understood each other. We knew what made each other upset, happy. It's like we just couldn't give each other what we wanted at that time. Put it that way. Like I don't know how to explain it. It was like that one piece, like you know, toxic. When you care about somebody too much, it was that. So it's like
When was his birthday?
He's a Taurus, May 16th.
Okay, I can see. Yeah, y'all definitely very entangled. Entanglement, right? Very entanglement spiritually. Y'all very entangled. I can see y'all definitely can read each other's mind and vibes. Mm-hmm. Okay, but see, and he was a little bit. You're more on the like rebellious side, and he's more on the like he wants to be the star side a little bit more. He's a little bit more on the selfish side a little bit. Even though he tried to be balanced, but he was sometimes be on the. He wanted like a little bit more attention, and maybe he wasn't quite as. I think you kind of intimidated him a little bit, or made him feel less of a man, almost in a sense, right? Like you were kind of a little bit more manly, but that's just because he didn't understand. He doesn't understand your energy. That's the issue. He didn't understand his own energy either. It's not his fault. He doesn't really understand what true masculine energy is. A woman being like rough or tough or like strong or like driven or, you know, aggressive or straightforward. It's not necessarily masculine, or it's not necessarily true masculinity. True masculinity is like knowing who you are and being secure in that. That's what true masculinity is. If he would have just known that, even though he kind of looked the part, but sometimes he didn't always feel that part, so he kind of probably needed a little more. That's on his birthday. He needed a little more encouragement or ego stroking, that type of deal, to make him feel like he was a man or the man, that type of deal. So yeah, I can understand. I can see the issue there.
What did you guys get? Do y'all do yours?
So you're gonna have to attract that man. You're gonna have to attract that man is not insecure.
I think I need an Aquarius or something. Cause like I like Virgos, but I know I would damage one.
So you would damage one?
Mm-hmm. I love Virgos.
I think you need a Capricorn.
I don't like them.
I can see why. There could be little arguments too.
I think Aquarius fit me perfect. But I still got that toxic hole of that Taurus.
Aquarius definitely, you're gonna have a lot of fun with Aquarius. Mm-hmm. You know, but Aquarius are not they don't have a lot of direction. They're kind of all over the place too. You know, so they're not. Sometimes they have a little trouble with the commitment. You know, so it's you want to have fun though. Yeah, mm-hmm. Aquarius, good Aquarius or Sagittarius. Sagittarius might work for you too.
See, I love Sagittarius because that's a fire sign.
Yeah, they're very calm. They're very calm, fire, very smooth. They go with the flow. So, you know, you just need one that's has a little aggression to them as well, or at least has direction. You know. But a Sagittarius will probably work a little bit better as far as a long-term relationship is concerned.
Definitely Sagittarius. That's my tongue. Sagittarius or Aquarius. Leo.
They have a birthday reading.
And so for you, your biggest challenge for your heart at the moment is that, your biggest challenge for your heart is you always need something to do. You always need something to do. And when you feel like you don't have anything to do, or you just don't know what to do, that's when your relationships kind of like crumble or fall, or when your relationships do crumble, that's when you feel like you have nothing else, you have nothing to do. Like you don't know what to do, you don't know what your purpose is. Basically, you need a purpose in a sense. When you have that purpose and you know what your purpose is, that's when you're the most creative. You definitely, it looks like you definitely should go in the entrepreneur route. Do you have your own business now?
No, but I do move a lot. Like I go a lot. I'm always on go. I just got back from New York and I go back tomorrow.
Okay, I could definitely see you as an entrepreneur running your own business. And how do you overcome this challenge? You need a very highly intelligent, secure man who knows where he's going, who can teach you something. Like you said, the last guy you met taught you, some great skills, but then he probably ran out of things to teach you, and that's probably when his insecurities started popping up. Once he didn't have anything else to teach you, because then you're like the person who's like, okay, well, what's the next level? That type deal, and then that's where the issue could come in with a little petty stuff, because so you need someone that's gonna keep growing to where it forces you to like try to catch up, that type of deal. Because you want to catch somebody on the high level. So, what mindset do you need to be in order to make this happen? The mindset you're typically in is actually you're very heavy in the spiritual way. You're always focused on like the spiritual side of things a lot. What do you need to focus on? Obtaining big goals. You need some big goals to go after. Something that'll push you, something that'll focus you, something that'll drive you. Any other question you want me to ask?
I don't know. I need some options of questions. What questions do people often ask?
Well, you already asked about the love life, right? We said you weren't ready for that, wasn't gonna happen. But maybe career, what do you do now? Nothing? Okay. Well, what are you interested in?
Honestly, I lost that side of myself. Like, I don't know what I like to do no more. Like, I just do whatever pops up at the moment.
Okay, well, the card's saying right now what you need to do is you need to learn how to love yourself. That's the first thing you need to do right now. Now, how do you learn how to love yourself? I actually can answer this question. I did a video today about this, actually. To love yourself means to, just like if you're in a relationship, you're going to do whatever makes them happy. What makes them healthy, what makes them happy, what makes them peaceful. So you do the same thing for you. Okay, what makes me healthy? What makes my body healthy? When I wake up in the morning, am I eating the right things? Am I taking care of my body? Am I stretching? Am I exercising? Am I putting the right oils on my skin? Stuff like that. Am I taking care of my hair? All these kind of things. Am I hygiene good? Boom. Second thing is spiritually. Am I taking care of my spirit? Am I praying? Am I connecting with God? Do I understand who God is? Do I need to dig deeper into that? Do I need to contact my ancestors, the goddess and goddesses that exist within me, the nature, all these type of things? Work with stones, work with sages. Am I doing this? Am I talking to nature? Am I connecting? All these things. Am I listening to my dreams? And all this kind of stuff. The last part is emotional. Am I listening to the pain that's in my heart? Listen to the pain that's in my hand or my body. Are these pains just because something's wrong, or is that a spiritual thing? Is there a sadness in me that I'm not paying attention to, where I feel like I'm gonna cry and I kind of like ignore it, and then really I do want to cry though, and it's like I need to figure out what that energy is. Am I angry about something or somebody and I'm not really trying to acknowledge it? Then I see emotional side. That's what it means to love yourself. So you gotta pay attention to those three main things to look at. Are you doing those things? Are you paying attention to those things? And that's how you begin to start to love yourself, meaning take care of yourself. That's what love yourself means. Any other questions?
I just want to make sure. I want to do a 2-week session. Like, if we could do that,
Yeah,
I can come. Yeah, I'm gonna need your information because you just read me too well. I never had nobody sit and just read me like that. And then the first numbers, then when you have put the numbers down, like 333. 3 is my favorite number. It's my lucky number.
I can see that.
That was amazing. Is it Brother Logas or Trinity Readings? Which one?
Either one. You can reach me either one. I do more posts on the Brother Logas one.